For coming to this event. It's really a privilege and a pleasure to see you all making it not in this very conducive weather. It's raining outside and it's raining heavily, but still you can see the whole hall occupied, all the seats being taken. So thank you one more time for making it to this event, the Himalayas Forum, Trilateral Economic Partnership. This event is jointly organized by IRA, Embassy of India, Embassy of Bangladesh, and then a couple of more entities. And the primary objective is to explore the opportunities, what we can together achieve. It was like 7.1% the growth rate. It is expected to grow at a speed of about 7.5 this year. Bangladesh always has maintained close to 6% of growth rate. This year hasn't been good to Nepal. Last year, we could make it only 0.77, but we hope to grow. These three countries are moving along, and they are moving along nicely in their own respective way. But when we look at the collective business that they are doing together, but we are very honored to have Mr. Haribhakta Sharma, President, Confederation of Beverage Industries, CNI, that he will speak at least 15 minutes to half an hour, and he'll come to this event. And also, Dr. Prakash Sharma, we are going to have a full panel that we all can anticipate. So,
Her Excellency, Ms. Master Bindesans, Ambassador of Bangladesh to Nepal, Mr. Haribhakta Sharma ji from CNI, the President, Shri Gyanendra Pradhanji, Energy Chair Committee Head at the FNCCI, also the Staff Chamber of Commerce. Also, my dear respect to Ambassador of India to Nepal, Sri Ranjit Ray, former Science and Technology Minister of Nepal, who is here with us. Then we have Sri Nalini Kewaliji, the BJP's Nepal coordinator, who is also here. Then also in New Delhi and in Dhaka also. The main reason behind the setup the idea is to facilitate the government and the business sectors meetings. That is what we have been doing since the establishment here in Kathmandu. Conference. At least we have a dialogue, and at least we can engage, explore, and share the opportunities what we can do here in Nepal by inviting the investment from India and Bangladesh to doing something here in Nepal. That is what the interest and the objective behind the conference. I hope it will play a greater role to harness a new level of economic understanding among the three countries, so that we conclude the new policies and plans and the actions and the recommendation which is vital in this situation. The Embassy of India, the Embassy of Bangladesh, Skoda Motors, the National Merchant Vehicles, then the Advanced Technology Company from Dhaka. Thank you so much. I request Joy to go ahead. Thank you.
There have been many visual events, maybe bilateral events too, but why can't we explore something that can be more tangible and more futuristic for these three nations? With that objective, and what exactly can be the role for the pilot players? So let me have the pleasure of inviting Sri Haribhakta Sharma ji.
Excellency Mr. Khanna, Excellency Ambassador, distinguished panelists on the panel, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to explore and share with you what we believe from the private sector on what could be done in terms of bringing joint business initiatives, in terms of movement of people and products from these countries, and then what possibilities we have as a country which is landlocked, primarily locked with India and a little bit locked with China. I always say that we are connected with very vibrant economies in Asia. Probably they are becoming more prominent in the global scale. But what happens to Nepal's economy? How we are doing in terms of employment, in terms of investment, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of improving socio-economic condition of the people, somewhere so that more Nepalese can work. Nepal is still lagging behind. It is one of the poorest in South Asia. And it is one of the most brutal capacities. We have more unions than the number of companies in Nepal. And I believe we need a lot of commitment from political side, the leadership. Whether we have the will market, both for investment from outside and also for investing Nepalese entrepreneurs to other markets, our markets. We need to look into how we can compete with growing one of the most fastest and most capable companies in India. There are efficiencies being managed by government companies in Bangladesh. Once upon a time, this is the story. When I was a young student, our teachers used to say that Hariyo Gan Nepal Dhan. That particular dhan, which we used to believe that it was an asset, the treasure, is no more there. It probably is enough only for Nepalese. And we import very large amount of wood from Malaysia, from Indonesia, with people every year. You bring good quality tourists, you also bring medium quality tourists, sometimes you also open up for cheap tourists who wants to spend $5 per day and they still want a toilet paper in their hotel room. And they are available in Thamek. $5 in Berlin, you will pay for only going for peas. For urinals, you pay €5. If you go for twice, you probably will pay more. But we give rooms in the hotels and $5. And still the trend is that people are spending more money allowing tourism and also exploring business. And Nepal is very desirous of having a railway, east-west railway. India can reduce about 500 kilometer distance. So that means
value is changing from cleanliness to peak power first. And before that, it's going for the water bank. And you can see last summer, let's say dry months, people without water, without electricity, and with lots of flood, and without proper agriculture system. That's productivity. So what I can see, India is going at 7.5%, Bangladesh always maintaining more than 6.5%, Nepal is bit up and down, 3-4-5%, something like that. Bhutan a little bit up and down, sometimes reaching 18%, sometimes 6-7-8%. So the growth is very good as compared to other, let's say, the developed or developing economics. And to maintain this, to sustain this, let's say, economy, what I can see now, the biggest threat is dry months water. That's because of global warming. Because of global warming, you can see there is no water in Bagmati, there is no water in Ganga. Ganga is so poor. And it's very interesting, no? I got one guest from Canada, and he was surprised to see all our house, the back side is river. If you go to Canada or if you go to European countries, the front side is always river front. And that's very most expensive, let's say, property in developed country. But if you come to Southeast Asia, we keep all our, let's say, river backside because it's very dirty. We don't want to. What I can say, I just give one example. I was in US to study the water storage value. What I found in California, there was no good rainfall for past 4 years. Still the water was running for 24 hours, 365 days. Because the storage capacity, 500 megawatt. The power will be much cheaper. It can be 30% cheaper than what we can do only for Nepal. So to make power cheaper, I think we need to work together and say Sri Lanka with Nepal, Sri Lanka with Bangladesh, Sri Lanka with let's say, Pakistan. I think this sub-regional concept, BBIN concept, can be the best to manage water, to manage flood, to consume water for the irrigation. And I just for the future, let's say, generation. So the future looks. Then only I can see the food security will be the best in this region, because this region is so lucky. We have sufficient land. Nepal is a very small landlocked country, but if you see India, the per capita, let's say, agricultural land is too high. But the productivity is very low, especially in UP and Bihar, because the water is not sufficient. Projects, private sector projects and the government sector projects, some 800-900 megawatt will be added, and I can see June, July, August, at least not evening, but midnight power, 4-5 hours power can go as a battery power to India. So that's some good start. But I'm afraid that a big project not going very smoothly like Pancheswar. This one also, because Bangladesh also need power. They need best power.
That Nepal can be a dynamo of South Asia. Perhaps that will come true with its vast potential. And also, if we can just work on our regional and sub-regional connectivity, perhaps the things can move forward very quickly. With all the honor, Mr. Ramesh Panda.
Excellencies and other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I think a lot has already been talked about trilateral trade, investments, now, and how that really relates to developing this economy in South Asia. I mean, there is a tremendous amount of growth potential, and as we have seen in countries in Africa, especially Ethiopia and other countries, which were much behind us, you see that we've become extremely political in this region. Of course, because there are a lot of people who actually may not have had good educational background. We have to start really focusing on the delivery mechanism of our systems. The bureaucracies have to do a much better job. I'll give you an example. I mean, simple things, because I initially was in the private sector. Simple decision that will take a couple of hours takes about a month. And all this red tapeism has to be taken out. Because unless and until we do that, issues that the whole South Asia, countries like Nepal, Bangladesh and India they're facing, and unless and until we get out of this, so there I think our leaders are here, we really need to focus on that. I mean, we cannot just keep on harping on issues that we have and trying to have this blaming game. I think everyone in this room and all the people of Nepal, we're all responsible about $1.4 billion, including the interest due. I heard was just a few days ago, the company has already advertised for expression of interest for its construction, the actual construction, which is going to happen next year. The company is currently, the developer is currently working with the locals where they are at the final stages of land acquisition. Now, after the land acquisition, this project is going to be, they'll have to get a power commitment, promotion and protection agreement and double taxation avoidance agreement with Bangladesh, and I think we talked about it, and probably there was some process, but we don't see anything right now. And this is what I'm saying. I mean, these are some of the things. If we don't sign, we can connect in the agriculture sector, and definitely, it's not that bad. It's just that.
Like India is processing power from Bhutan. India is selling electricity to Bangladesh. Again, India is sending some to Nepal. Nepal is capable of selling electricity to all these three countries as time comes.
Namaskar, good afternoon. Let me begin by saying how delighted I am to be here today among such views on the issue of mutual interest to all of us. I would like to thank the organizers, particularly AIDIA and other stakeholders, to discuss about an initiative about which not much has been discussed. We are now making huge investments in the infrastructure, including constructing the $3 billion, 6.5 kilometer Padma Setu over the river Padma with our own funds. So what does this picture tell us about trilateral cooperation between Bangladesh, India and Nepal? The government of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina firmly believes that the countries of the region must grow together to develop must grow and develop together in order for the development to be sustainable and to avoid instability in the region. Regional and sub-regional cooperation is one of the main pillars of the foreign policy of Bangladesh. We look forward to stakeholders coming together to work out ways and means to bringing this vision of reality into a reality. Thank you all for your attention.
यहाँ उपस्थित हुनुभएका सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरू, सर्वप्रथम म यो अत्यन्त महत्त्वपूर्ण विषयमा यो छलफल आयोजना भएको छ। म आयोजक साथीहरूलाई म धन्यवाद पनि दिन चाहन्छु र यहाँ बोलाएकोमा पनि धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। अब यो तीन देशको ट्राइलेटरल कोअपरेसन को प्रोस्पेक्टमा हामी यहाँ छलफल गर्दैछौँ। त्यसो हुनाले मलाई लाग्छ फर्स्ट थिङ वी हेभ टु डू इज हामीमा कुनै पनि तहमा शङ्का उपशङ्काहरू छन् भने त्यसलाई अब तत्काल हामीले ओभरकम गर्नुपर्छ। ट्रस्ट बिल्डिङ को आधारमा यो निर्माण हुनुपर्दछ। त्यसकारण हामीले केही समय पर्खिनु पर्ला। त्यो चाहिँ अविश्वासहरू चाहिँ अन्त भएर एउटा सार्क क्षेत्रमै एउटा चाहिँ सघन किसिमको आर्थिक सहयोग, ट्रेड, इन्भेस्टमेन्ट, यो चाहिँ कनेक्टिभिटीका जुन कुरा गरिरहेका छौँ यो सार्क फोरमबाट चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ अगाडि बढ्न सकेका छैन। त्यसरी चाहिँ बङ्गलादेश, इन्डिया, नेपालको कनेक्टिभिटीलाई चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ एनहान्स गर्ने, त्यसमा हामीले विदाउट लुजिङ एनी टाइम हामीले यसमा चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ ट्राइलेटरल कोअपरेसनलाई चाहिँ अगाडि बढाउनुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। ट्राइलेटरल कोअपरेसन चाहिँ प्रोस्पेक्टको हामी छलफल गरिरहेका छौँ, त्यो रियालिटीमा रूपान्तरित हुन्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। धन्यवाद।
This horrendous incident in Kabul when so many Nepali and 2 Indians also died. So clearly we have to be much more engaged.
Will obviously benefit both countries, must go ahead. Politics will take care of itself. And perhaps, if bilateral economic cooperation or trilateral, quadrilateral economic cooperation grow, create these vested interests. And these can only happen if we actually have some projects off the ground. So I was very happy to hear from Radhesh that, the big agreements that were signed in hydropower and also the PTA between India and Nepal are now getting off the ground. So hopefully in the next few months, we'll see some substantive concrete developments, so that those who are still skeptical and those who are still lobbying against these projects will face reality and hopefully also be convinced that these are in the interest of both countries. So effort should really be to try to be more pragmatic in terms of economic cooperation. And cooperation is a must. There is no alternative to this. We must exercise whatever power, authority, influence that we have direction, because it's really win-win for everyone. Thank you.
Of power grids, multimodal transfer, a major thrust needs to be provided to transit and transport arrangements in South Asia. In addition to this, the welcome news of Bangladesh provided in South Asia is already low. In collaboration where monsoon and spice routes converge in this Himalayan nation, but not limited to, rather further connecting the Trans-Himalayan Silk Route and Asian highways for larger Asian development perspective focused on South Asia. Nepal wants to play a pivotal role of peace, joining hands in hands and sharing the benefits together. Touristic packages by travel agencies, tour operators on the possible theme from sea to the Himalayas, offering a range of diverse experiences in terms of geography, culture, and tradition to tourists from across the world. Therefore, there is immense potential for collaboration between the three countries in immediate as well as long-term future. We should be constructive, optimistic, and
Right Honorable former Prime Minister Sri Jagannath Khanalji. We have almost come to an end, just a small formality. For this very gracious presence of all our respect.